First of all, I'd like Dougal to see, he's the only one that can see, or maybe Nancy can see everyone on one screen. I'd like a show of hands of who has already worked on I Feel Good by James Brown. Just raise your hand if that's the case, so we can get an idea who has covered that ground already. Keep your hands up for a minute so I can kind of see what we've got here. So it looks like maybe half of you have. Okay, that's good. It gives me an idea of what I'm working with here. That helps a lot. Okay, so let's just start with the strum that's going to be used on I Feel Good. It's just going to be a C7 chord in the beginning. And you're just going to go up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute. So everyone's muted, and I will do it, and just play along with me. Don't go with the visual because it's going to be delayed. But the sound, you can play right along with me. So it's a C7 chord, and we're just doing up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, up, mute. Great, that's good. You all sound lovely. Okay, so that's just going to be real simple. Up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute. Now, after you say I feel good, you're going to go. Like on every upstroke, you take your first finger off, and on every downstroke, you put your first finger back down. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, yep. It's just that easy. You take your finger off when you do the upstroke. You put your finger on when you do the downstroke. So it's just going to be like, I feel good. I knew that I would. Just kind of like that. Okay. Now we get to the challenging chord, the F7. For those of you that have already worked on it, you will understand that the F7 is a bit challenging the way Stu Fuchs showed it. So I have a little easier way to play the F7. We'll cover that just now. What you do is when you're strumming, you rest your thumb on this top string on your ukulele. And then you put your fingers in your left hand here. This is like a C note with your ring finger. And then first fret of the next string and third fret of the next string. So you've got, it's like a C, and then the first fret, and then a third fret, and then you're touching this other string, the top string, with your thumb. And what you'll do is, on the downstroke, you'll play this chord, and on the upstroke, you move one fret less. So it goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Just like that. So let's just do that. I'm just going to count it down. Remember, my image is delayed, and so is everyone else's. So don't use the visual, but you can use the audio. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it would be that many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 3 times, I think. 3 times. Okay. Those are the hardest moves in the whole song. So where those fit is, wow, I feel good. I knew that I would. I feel good. I knew that I would. Okay. The chord that comes next is going to be like you've done for F7 before. So we've got, let's see, let's just start with your pinky here, like you would normally use for a C. First finger there, skip a string. Well, actually, you're going to put your third finger on that string, so you might as well do that, third fret. And then second fret, it's an F7, only now this is what we're going to use for G7. So move 2 more frets down the neck. So now your first finger is on the 3rd fret, and you're playing like what looks like an F there, but now it's a G because you're on the 3rd fret. And you're just going to hit this twice. And you're only going to squeeze when you strum, and then release the squeeze so the notes all kind of stop. And after you've done that, you go to 2 more frets, same exact fingering and everything, but now it's an F7. And that's so good, so good, sorry, so good, so good, I got you. And the lick happens. So the lick is going to be, so we've got this string open, this string open, this string 3rd fret, this string 1st fret, and then this same string again, 5th fret. And every time you play the note, you want to stop it right after you played it by putting your thumb right back on the string. Okay, so we've got this one, 3rd fret of that one, 1st fret of this one, and 5th fret of that. Cool. Okay. So let me just do a little slow-mo version of this so you can kind of see where everything fits in. So the countdown in the beginning, the way James does it, 1, 2, 3, 4, ow, right? And then you just kind of slap your ukulele. 1, 2, 3, 4, ow, I feel good. Knew that I would. I feel good. Knew that I would. So good, so good, I got you. Hey, I feel nice. And it goes from there, right? Okay, so we've got, just to recap, we've got this strum, which is just going to be what happens though is when you say I feel good, and you do that thing, the next stroke is going to be your mute stroke, right? So I knew that I would. So be sure to mute after you do your little doodah there. Mute, up, down, up. So the strum is always kind of the same, but typically after you've done a thing, you'll start with the mute, and then you've got, of course, up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, that follows that. Okay, so then the slow-mo version, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ow! I feel good. I knew that I would. I feel good. I knew that I would. So good, so good. I got you. All right. So the second verse kind of the same. I feel nice like sugar and spice. Okay, and ends with the same lick. So let's just see a show of hands here. How many people actually have seen the I Feel Good on the PUG website? Show of hands. Okay, hold them up just so I'm scrolling through the screen here. So about half again. Okay, so these licks are on that. So you might want to look them up. They're just like I'm showing them to you. That one is there. He doesn't cover the strum much, although he does on YouTube if you want to see it there. This mute up, down, up, mute up, down, up strum. Okay, and then the timing for the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ow! I feel good is just like James does it. So you can listen to the James Brown version on YouTube for that. So we're up to the saxophone solo now. And it's going to be this. It's going to be this string open. And then this string, the last string, 3rd fret and 1st fret. So I'm doing this. And then 3rd fret of the next string, back to the 1st fret of the 1st string, back to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So you've got this 3, 1, 3, and you kind of, if you want to, you can do a little vibrato there. So like that. So let me just diagram that for you. Hang on just a second here. So you got your ukulele tablature here. So you got a 0 here, 3, 1, and then these are the fast ones. And then you end with that. Okay? And if you want to wiggle this last one, you can do that. So if you want to take a photo of this screen, some of my students have been doing that, then you can refer to it later. Or you can just go to the PUG website and the song is there. So 0, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 3, and you do that twice. I'll give you just a second there if you're scribbling this down. Okay, good. So now we've got an F7, when I hold you. So you're gonna be, when I hold you in my arms. And again, that one is just this chord here, 2nd fret of the bass string, 1st fret of the, let's see, I think I did it this way before. That one, that one, that one, that one. So you got a basic F, and then you've added these two notes to it. And you're strumming it the same. When I hold you in my arms, I feel you giving all of your charms. When I hold you in my arms, my love can't do you no harm. Can't do you no harm. My love can't do you no harm. So the accents there are, my love can't do you no harm. And then you're back to, I feel good. Knew that I would. I feel good. I knew that I would. So good, so good. I got you. So good, so good. I got you. So good, so good. I got you. So this starts out the same as the first lick you learned. Let me just diagram that last lick. You got those are the notes I'm playing there. So we're at the ending of the song here. And then there's going to be an ending chord, which is going to look like that. So that would be, actually, let me do a chord diagram of this last chord instead. This is the ending chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You got, oops, eraser. Looks like that. That's lovely. So this is the 4th fret here. And this would be a G9. So the horns are doing a thing there at the end. So this thing at the top of the screen is the ending lick. And it sounds like, hey, yo. I sound like a white guy trying to be black, but you get the hang of it there. Okay, so we've got a G9 at the end. You're just kind of doing that kind of rapid strum thing. And that's it. So we might throw it open to questions or something there. Google. Dougal, you're muted. I can't hear you, man. There you go. That's good. All right.
I just want to say that I've recorded that, so it'll be on the website later.
And Nancy, when you record it, is the visual included?
Yes.
Cool. So you'll see those diagrams. Do you want me?
I mean, I think so.
I've never. No, the audio is. Wasn't sure the visual is.
Oh yeah, you can record video.
Good. Okay. If you'd like, I can write that first lick on the screen if you want me to, but it is on the website, on the PUG website.
It's on the music. If you put up the music on the website, it's on the music.
It's on there.
This is just enforcing noodling, which is going to be hard habit to break later.
Yes. Well, the nature of the Zoom platform is one person beats before you start this. Before you start that. So count one of those and then slap your ukulele on the second one. But count, slap, and then yeah. So Stu has some good information on all these licks. So the licks are identical to what Stu is doing. Stu does this fuller F7, and if you can do that, great. I find that to be a little more difficult. And so if you're struggling with including this note, don't include it. Just do like this much. Just like I showed you before. And that's easier to slide around as you mute this string when you're struggling. Okay, I'm good.
Thank you.